Thinking about money doesn't usually start as panic. It starts as a small, uncomfortable thought. Something like, am I doing okay? And then your brain does what it always does. It doesn't stop there. It keeps going. You're not thinking about money right now, but the moment you do, your chest tightens a little. Not enough to call it fear, just enough to feel wrong. And that's strange, because money is supposed to be practical. Numbers, math, budgets. So why does it feel emotional? Why does it feel heavy? Why does it feel personal? Here's the first thing most people don't realize. When you think about money, you're not actually thinking about money. You're thinking about everything money represents. Money quietly stands in for security, freedom, status, competence, your future self, and whether you're doing life right. So when someone says, I'm bad with money, Tingers, what they often mean is, I feel like I'm failing at being an adult. That's a lot to put on a number. No wonder it makes you anxious. Think about how money shows up in your life. Not as a single decision, but as a constant test. Every bill, every purchase, every month. A test you never signed up for. No one sits you down and explains the rules. You're just expected to know. And if you don't, you feel stupid, embarrassed, behind. School didn't teach this. Your parents probably struggled too. And everyone else seems fine, at least on the surface. So you assume the problem is you. It usually isn't. Money anxiety isn't just about now, it's about later. Much later. When you think about money, your brain jumps forward in time. What about next year? What about emergencies? What about when I'm older? What if something goes wrong? Your brain is very good at this. It's designed to protect you. But when it comes to money, it doesn't have an off switch. You can't solve money once and be done. There's no finish line. Yes, but so your mind keeps looping. Even if you don't want to compare yourself, you do. We all do. You see, people buying houses, people traveling, people investing early. And you think, I should be further along. Money anxiety feeds on invisible comparisons. You don't see their debt, their stress, their safety net. You only see outcomes, and your brain fills in the rest, usually in the worst way. We don't talk about money honestly. We talk around it. We joke about it. We complain about it. We brag about it. But we rarely explain it calmly. That silence creates shame, and shame makes anxiety worse. Because when you feel anxious about money, you also feel like you shouldn't be. You think everyone else has this figured out. They don't. They're just quieter about it. Here's something important. Your brain evolved to deal with immediate problems. Food, danger, shelter, not abstract systems that stretch decades into the future. Money is abstract, stage, delayed, uncertain, and constantly changing. Your brain treats that as a threat, even when nothing is actually happening. So, when you feel anxious thinking about money, that's not weakness. That's biology. Money anxiety often peaks when you feel like you don't have control. Dimness. Even small things can trigger it. A bill you forgot, a price increase, a reminder email. Yeah. Suddenly, you're not anxious about that thing. You're anxious about everything. The mergio. Your brain connects it all together. And it feels overwhelming. Here's the trap. When thinking about money makes you anxious, you avoid it, you don't check, you don't plan, you don't look. Short-term relief, long-term stress. Because uncertainty is worse than bad news. Avoidance teaches your brain money is dangerous. So next time you think about it, the anxiety is stronger. Change your mindset. That's not helpful. You don't need to feel confident about money. You need to feel oriented. You need clarity, not optimism. Calm comes from knowing where you are. Even if where you are isn't great, start small, very small, not with goals, with visibility. Look at your numbers, not to judge them, just to see them. Name things accurately, not dramatically. Unclear instead of disaster. Improving instead of hopeless. You're not bad with money. You're untrained. Like most people, skills can be learned. Traits feel permanent. That distinction matters. Once you see money as a system, not a verdict, the anxiety softens. If thinking about money makes you anxious, there's a reason. Actually, several. It's personal, it's abstract, it's tied to time, and no one explained it properly. You're not broken. You're responding normally to something that was never designed to feel calm. And that's what this channel is for. Not hype, not shortcuts, just slow, clear explanations so money stops feeling like a threat. Mettings, that's all for now.